ladies and gentlemen, let's get started today. My name is Ray, last name is Reynolds. All right, get a tablet and pen. Please write that down. This is the credit hour. Our goal is to have every one of you get to the $1 million dream. Tablet and pen will get you there. Let me teach you some rules and tools today. As it's live, I'll get some calls that come in as well. The ultimate goal is a tablet and pen to write things down, to put it here. From there, the ultimate thing is on that piece of paper in front of you, please write down a corporation is going to where you're going to be the $1 million dream. In other words, the diagram. See, everyone says they want to be a millionaire. Reality is that's not really possible. Because on $1 million when you receive it, you get to keep $375, the rest goes into taxes. But a corporate millionaire, rich and famous people do it every day. But like the grocery stores and the banks do, the bottom line is you can create the line of defense for you. It's very simple to do as well. So as we do this, remember, I wrote the rules and tools to get to the $1 million dream, and it's only basically 1,000 steps. It's not hard to do, you just got to know how to follow through. In my programs, the goal is very simple. I want to give you 100% to times 10 your money back. Now, I want to give you personal business credit as a bonus. Is that okay? So the ultimate goal, that way you gain from getting to know me. Now, some clients in the past, from Mrs. Fishburne and Lawrence, her son, and Mr. Clinton too, from Michael, God rest his soul, Kirk and Vane, Kevin Costner, Arnold as well, Superman for Gold's Gym. From there, college professor, Biola University too, guy on the news, and basically a homeless person, living in their Pinto car for 3 years. But by the time with a new house, new car, and a $1 million corporation as well. Ultimate goal, he graduated the credit rebuilding class, got him a platinum card up to $100,000 too. Ultimate goal, how about $1.6 million? All right, from Giovanni. How about being in real estate in Long Beach, California? How about $1.2 million in 9 months? How about a college professor and having fun? How about the program for people coming out of prison as well? From there, here's Free Ricky Ross, holding his gold and platinum cards up to a couple of $1 million. When it came to Thomas, he was in prison for 26 years. Within 5 months, I rebuilt him. He had his dump truck business doing millions of dollars a year. So the goal is very simple. My journey started when I was a little boy born in a taxi. All right, the mother didn't want me. I get to be the Hope family too. Ultimate goal, your journey can start with me today if you want to. I'm going to basically hold your hand, do most of the work for you anyway. Ultimate thing is when Mrs. Hope put me in the garbage can, collected the food, fed it to me, it kind of pissed me off, to be honest with you. It broke my heart. From there, it's very simple. She dropped me off Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30 at the age of 3 to 9.5 years old. I sold my seeds, clackers, and I mowed yards because I wanted out of what I called hell at the time. See, you're not your surroundings. You can see it, believe, and go get it. You don't have to get stuck where you are today. Write down today's date and project 90 working days. The ultimate goal, I'll show you a bunch of goodies you can go get for yourself too, from the mansions to the yachts to the race boats, even the Lamborghinis as well. My legacy is the Ray Reynolds University. Ultimate goal, time, I can't waste it, neither can you. You might consider getting up an hour every day earlier than you do now. I didn't know in 2009 I'd be in a coma and die and come back and help you. Ultimate goal. So as we do this, understand today, July 4th, 2009, we took out one of the yachts in the backyard to watch the fireworks. Next day, I'm in a coma. I got to die and come back and help you. I eventually got to stay in peace or go back. I said go back. So the goal is simple. This information is a gift from God He gave me to give you. I hope you pay attention today. Ultimate goal is like getting past go. I believe most people are stuck. So what does this mean? Let me show you a bunch of goodies you can do for yourself as well. From the Lamborghini collection, to the Duffys, to the mansions, to why I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981. So white men do jump, just silly people say we don't. On top of that, guess what? From the race boats in the backyard, the helicopter, the U-Dock, the yachts, and don't forget about the Ferraris too. So I want you to write down Ray's rules and never bring the pain home again. Ultimate goal is learning how to play. Now I'd like you to look at the Fair Lending Act, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and all the things. You have 12 acts to look at. I'd like you to write down exactly section 611. When you Google it, it'll take you to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, where it says creditors and credit bureaus have 45 days to respond. Ultimate goal. See, credit repair, as far as I'm concerned, is a scam. The Federal Trade Commission says that every day too. You have to rebuild your credit. They're not even supposed to collect money up front, but they do it all the time. Ultimate goal. So your choice is to learn the 25 steps today, how to get to the $1 million dream. First of all, write down number 1. Get your credit reports for free. Go to basically neverbringthepayhome.com. Step number 1. Give me the report numbers right away. See, here's the application we all had to fill out to get our SSN, Social Security card. That's what we had to do when we were teenagers. Now, I'd like you to pull out your Social Security card out of your personal wallet today and look at it. I'd like you to read it where it says do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes. And remember, it says Property Assessment Administration, not you. So the ultimate goal, we filed our first 1040 tax return too, because we were told to. Step number 2. When we got our first paycheck a long time ago, all right, we only got half as much. We said, what happened to our check? Well, the IRS gets their cut before we get the leftover. And then we get stuck in a probate when we die, in 1040 tax return, tax, until we're dead. But they also give you another chance to play in a different way, too, if you pay attention. So remember, you don't have to be a duck. You never had to be in the first place. So I'm going to show you some tools and rules you get to play. Now, I'm going to give you also a statement of guarantee. Half the page is in red ink. As long as you follow through what I asked you to do and I follow through, guess what? It's guaranteed for you. I always follow through. But you got to be part of your program. The goal is, during the program, do not apply for credit, do not violate the rules. You have basically different ways to go after creditors from the creditor credit bureau. You might even have to negotiate a debt or two. You might have to take them to small claims. But you got to fight for your score to go up, and away. That's step number 3 to you today. Ultimate goal, rapid scoring, rapid refresh. Rapid refresh is where it pushes scores up, and away in a short period of time. For instance, there's 157 points in 45 working days. Next thing, let's give you an example. Here's someone who has a 651 for years and flatlines. She was told not to use half her credit cards from her bank and credit attorney and everything else, which is actually wrong. A lot of bogus information out there. I did a rapid rescore and I pushed her up 132 points and created green lights for her. This man filed bankruptcy, thought he couldn't get credit for 7 to 10 years. I got him credit right away. He's late on his card payment. Still got him $3,000 right away unsecured, so he can help solve those problems, those 11 collection accounts. Getting somebody to a 750 is not hard to do, but again, you have to be part of the program and follow through as well. So if I was to rebuild your credit, do a rapid rescore, our price normally is $998. But what happens is you get to go to classes. I'm online 6 days a week, so you can play with me. Average case is 90 working days, but it could take up to 180 days too. But I'm also going to give you a $1,000 cash card. I'll also give you a discount on the credit hour of half price of $499. So for $499, we're going to rebuild your credit, guarantee you a 750 score. It's a broadcast price, and you're going to get a $1,000 cash card as a bonus and double your money back. That way you gain the ultimate goal. Take a picture of Zelle today, because I'm going to basically tell you I'm the recipient, and then rayscredit.com. All right, instead of a phone number, so I use Zelle money right away. Now, Billy here gave us referrals. He didn't spend any money, but he's got over $1 million of credit now. From there, if you want to refer people, you get 10%. We can give you store credit or Zelle money right back to you every day. Now, the next thing I'd like you to do is call 888-567-8688. I'd like you to opt out for 5 years or a lifetime. Ray Reynolds, the Credit Hour, how can I help you? How fast can I rebuild your credit? The reality is I'm going to say 3 to 6 months. The reality is, again, I need to analyze your credit, and if I need you to do certain things, I need to tell you what needs to be done. Okay, but again, so you've been with a credit repair company for 3 years, okay? We hear this every day, and you pay a monthly fee. And your score is a 596. So for $3,000, you have less than a 600 score, and you can get done with 3 to 6 months at the most. Well, I think you ought to pay attention more to what I'm doing today in the Credit Hour and get involved in the program. Yes, I do all the classes 6 days a week. You're stuck with me. All right, we have a team that help you, but then you're still stuck with me too. All right, thank you. So just listen. So if you call 888-567-8688, opt out for 5 years or a lifetime. In other words, get off the national mailing list, step number 4. Ultimate goal is planning the problem. See, if you planned the problem, you wouldn't have had your friends, family, and basically take it away from you and knock you down as well. Now, I need you to write down safety credit. Every card you have in your personal wallet needs a sticky. The limit, what's 25, what's 29%. All revolving cards have to they don't bring the pain on them like you. So remember, when it comes to all the dashboards and credit bureaus, it says 0 to 29%. 30 is yellow, 50 is the red. Don't forget the sticky behind every card. Keep the discipline down too. Step number 5 today. Ultimate goal, most people lose their job, have an emergency. What do? They run out of time, they run out of money, and then they jack up their credit cards in 42 days. All right? In other words, stop doing that. You don't need to do that in the first place. So what happens today, let's say you need $5,000 now. You go to your friends, your family, the bank, and you always basically what? They always want to say no. The average person wastes $50 every other day. So if I take this $5,000 card in my hand and I max it out, the payment's $50 a month. So I might want to think about safety credit versus, backing myself in a corner. They say the average person wastes $140 a week. That means $600 a month. If I max out a $50,000 card today, the payment's $612.26. So I could literally get 2 pizza restaurants with a drive-through. I don't have to bring the pain. I might use some more common sense. Step number 6. Ultimate goal. So let's understand something today. Reaching your goal, reaching your dream. Me, I believe in me. But first I believe in God and I believe in me. When I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet, it just proved white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. Ultimate goal. So let's understand today. When Nixon took the gold standard out, they got the key to the printing press to print money 24/7. So please write down Ray's rules again. This time write down $100,000 of credit. What if I gave you 2 cards up to $100,000? And if you use 29% like I told you to, that would give you $71,000 of safety credit in case blanket the fan, pandemic, or lost your job. Feed your family up to 2 years. Unfortunately, what most people do is they steal the money in the family and the credit and roll the dice, start a business, and then screw it all up. And they back themselves in a corner. Please don't do that anymore. Become a qualified CFO. Ray's rules. Ultimate goal. Step number 7 today. Become a CFO. See, it's like we all have a sad story to tell. My first coma, 5.5, I was crippled for life. But the reality is the voice said, get up, and I got up. Last coma in 2009. There's the address where we parked the yachts and the race boats in the backyard. But I got to come back. I got 5 closet divisions, and 3 divisions of me. I need a backup for a backup. So what did I do when I come back out of the coma? I pushed my score back up to an 820 and I popped a bunch of credit. Corporate credit, so you can write off the interest rate on the credit card. Getting to millionaire status, if you win the lottery, most people mess it up. Inherit the money, they mess that up too. Or basically get a raise. I'll bet you I can create the line of defense for you. So we can do this the right way. But that's up to you too. If you fall off, get back on. That's all you got to do. So remember, Chapter 18 here says a corporation's a legal person. I learned that when I was 7.5 years old, listening to the poker game at the Moses Hope's house being used and abused. From there, I went to the library to figure out what it said. So I sent away my money order back then. But I was 7.5, went to the library almost for 2 years. So the bottom line, it's not legal advice. It's right there in front of you. I'm the founder of Helping Hand Industries. All right, got $100,000 in the mail. Got named in the movie Dave too. So the corporation gives us the future. So we all get an SSN. We file our 1040 tax return, Social Security card. Every corporation gets an SS4 called tax ID. But every division gives you the chance to try again and create the line of defense like the grocery stores and the banks do. You can become that qualified CFO if you choose to. So we look at this, and we look at line 10 of the SS4. It says banking and credit purposes. So that means corporate credit can run up the interest rate in the credit card. It's the IRS's rules. We can play the game too, like rich and famous people do every day. So if we do this my way, within 90 working days learning how to play, we rebuild the credit, rapid score, line of credit, set up the corporations, articles, books, CDs, and classes, you're stuck with me. But remember, you still got to maintain the 25 to 29% on your revolving cash cards. You have to become the qualified CFO. Ultimate goal is simple. Divisions are the only way to get you the line of defense, so we don't bring the pain home. But we got to look at the banks and grocery stores that ruin locations, and they still write it off. So we can master, disconnect, isolate, and incorporate. If we had tenants, we can separate pieces. Cash credit from the corp and the divisions. So we can write off that money to finance the American dream. That makes sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you too. Become a qualified CFO. Divisions give us the ability for a tax ID, the ability to have an experience trying to do an Equifax, and build up to $1 million of cash credit. The registering of a car can be a division. Real estate, separate pieces. Franchise. The line of defense, and don't bring the pain home, and how to receive money too. So there's 89 ways to use the division. You can master that as well. A division of you to what? Basically, I'd have a division, 2 of them. The daisy chain credit and to receive money. But again, that's a choice as we learn how to play the game, because a division of you would make sense to me. As you do this, you might want to rebuild yourself and have a division of you simultaneously. So when we look at the applications for cash credit for corporations, they all require a CFO. Again, that will be a division or you. Ultimate goal is how do you play the game and write it all off. So as we look at this, it's like free money. If I take a corporate credit card and I invest into, let's say, a Wendy's restaurant, hypothetically, I can create $8,000 of cash flow per month to a corporation that doesn't pay tax until it makes a profit. I bet you can have its pension plan, annuities, profit sharing, medical and dental, life insurance policy too. But again, to me, that's called free money. And still stealing the money from your family. But again, it's your choice. So I get to build credit reports under SS and SS4. I think I like SS4 more. But again, it's your choice as you build this up for you. Ultimate goal is like credit reports for you or the corporation. SSN, I can't write off the credit. SS4, I can. So I like cash credit for the divisions of corporations. It would make more sense to finance an American dream. Now, the Millionaires Founders Kit, I sold at the Bonaventure for 32 years, every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Used to sell it for 12 books and CDs, the Millionaire Blueprint, 1,000 steps for $5,000. But the goal is now, because you get to level 1, you get the forms, you get the stock kit, how to use that too, and resolutions, and goal setting. And then the books basically give you a CD to go through it with me. From there, you got your level 2, or you got your overview with me. Then you have your corporation, and you got your credit reports and the applications, and then multiple corporations, and you get level 3 and nonprofit. So here's a full blueprint if you want the books and CDs of me helping you step by step too. And the goal is it's $999 today on the credit hour with you. Take a picture of Zelle. I am the recipient, Ray Reynolds, that's me. And instead of a phone number, it's ray@rayscredit.com. Ultimate goal. So let's remember today. All right, we all have an SSN and we tax. But an SS4 pays tax when it makes a profit. So your choice is to do both because the IRS allows you to. Ultimate goal. See, God's delays aren't God's denials. Never has been. So your ability is like if I wrote you a check, hypothetically, for $1 million. You'd probably put it in your personal bank account. All right, and then you get to keep $375 out of $1 million. I would have told you put it in the corporation because it's allowed to have a pension plan, annuities, profit sharing, medical, dental, life insurance policy, and company car, and more. The SS4 is the opportunity for the dream and winning the battle. But that's up to you too. Ultimate goal, you got to understand this, step number 8. Mary here is nice. She's a sweet lady. She married her sweetheart from the 3rd grade. They got the 2 kids, Ivy League education, all the goodies. All right, they got the cat, and they got the house and the American dream. She did give her attorney $10,000 retainer, and her CPA, same thing too. When she used $98,000 of her personal credit and dropped her score from the 800s to 591, she asked the attorney and CPA, what did she do wrong? Well, they sat there going, beep, beep, beep. They didn't know. Their lack of knowledge, unfortunately. So what Mary should have done is been a CFO to her corporation and divisions. Unfortunately, Mary's restaurant filed bankruptcy. She filed personal bankruptcy, lost the family's house, and her husband divorced her 13 months ago. Everyone seems to be a little bit like Mary. So let's understand today, learn to be a CFO. If the restaurant was a division, you would have got rid of the piece, you would have the more pieces and never brought the pain home. The ultimate goal, everyone has to learn how to be a CFO to a corporation and never bring that pain home again, and learn to be a great CFO. Doesn't matter if it's grocery stores, banks, and even Sam's Club. They use branch numbers, tax IDs, and subsidiaries. My goal is to convince you to use tax IDs and divisions. Step number 9. See, when cities file bankruptcy, most people sit there doing nothing. I went to the court building. I wanted to understand the United States of America Incorporated set up 50 corporations called states. States set up corporations called cities. So they even credited a Chapter 9 bankruptcy into the Federal Protection Act so they can stay in business and just wipe out some debt. So the ultimate goal is very simple. All right? They did that under the Federal Protection Act. It's public record. Just because you have a bad day doesn't mean you bring the pain home anymore. So again, it's like Apple Computer. Files bankruptcy in 97, out of business. Mr. Bill Gates was the richest guy on the planet during that time, at $94 billion. He was indicted 4 times for running monopoly. The indictment's in front of you. He wrote a check, literally from a $150 million line of credit, all right, to Apple using what's called borrow money, so it cost them nothing, and they let them maintain the payment on the borrow money they did in the first place. Now there were trillions of dollars. See, how to play the game is the ultimate goal. So when you look at SSN, SS4 today, I want you to Google the word bankruptcy. I got no intent to do fraud, neither do you, but I think we have the intent to protect our family too, right? So the next time, is it going to be the corp, division, or you? Who's going to be the duck? That's step number 10 today. So we have to learn not to bring the pain home. So as we do this, one SSN, that's why 9 out of 10 people have bad credit. But an SS4 is the opportunity to try. Long as we're trying, we're not dying. If we're not trying, we'll once be dead. Ultimate goal, winning the battle. Applications, anything above 6 in 180 days, does automatic denial most applications and dashboards. I get to do a peekaboo as an affiliate for you. In other words, I'm not going to waste an inquiry. If I get one, it's going to be called a duplication anyway. If you have a corp, I'll build the one you've got. All right. If you don't have one, I'll give you the articles for free anyway. So if you have a corp, you spend thousands of dollars, you didn't learn much to play. How about we give you the starter package? We rebuild your credit, wrap a rescore, articles, also tax ID, set up on level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. How about if I build you up to $10,000 of cash credit? From there, all right, normally it's $2,000 for this package. But you're on the broadcast with me, so you get it for half price of $9.99, and I build you up to 10 times your money back anyway. And then you get to play with me in all the classes. Again, getting bonus cash credit, so you can write it all off too. Ultimate goal, I got a program called Millionaires in the Making. Well, this one comes at $25,000. Normally $5,000 to build up. But again, today it's discounted to $2,499. So again, you get 10 times your money back to you, getting bonus cash credit. And what happens is you take a picture of Zelle. I'm the recipient, Ray Reynolds, that's me. And instead of a phone number, it's rayracecredit.com. Ultimate goal. So run your race, beat your own doubt, get out of your own way. Step number 11 today. So our choice is in every race, there's a winner, there's a loser. Who you want to be? It's up to you. Getting past go. Ultimate goal. God's gift. For the race boats to say the Ray Reynolds University on the side, or the yachts. Why not? From the helicopter, the Lamborghini, and the building too. One of my first cars was a Quintos Lamborghini. So I like getting the dream cars, don't you? You get to offset taxes. They should be registered to a division, but that's called the line of defense. The goal is to get everybody. Ray Reynolds, the Credit Hour, how can I help you? How fast can I fix your corporation? What's wrong with it? It's 5 years, you've done nothing. Okay, what else? All right, well, I would do a couple things. Got a pen and paper? Check the Secretary of State first of all. Let's find out if it's active. A lot of times states, because you've done nothing, you make it not active. The next thing is, did you file your 1120 with your tax IDs? You don't know what 1120 is, okay. So you've had a tax ID for years, you didn't file anything, okay. Keep in mind they might audit you when you start doing that, okay. Well, check to see it's active, then do divisions. If not, we just give you new articles for free into the program. That's all you got to do. How fast can we build credit? Well, I've got to analyze you, all right, and build credit for you maybe in the corporate the divisions. I would say 3 to 6 months at the most is an average. Would it take longer? Well, it depends. I mean, I've had people to make you took 18 months. Gerald took 14. But again, at the end of the day, I'm not going to let you down. All right, thank you for calling. So, level 1 in getting set up. That way you learn about 50 more steps. It's like your driver's license today. I like it to have a P.O. box or mailing address. I'd like you to use Ray's rules and never disclose where you live. I'd like you to look at the Driver's Seat Protection Act and use and never bring the pain home again. Step 12. From here, it's like when you let the car dealership sweat you for 5 hours. Lose $5,000 and get 9 inquiries. You allow this. When they hand you the paper to run your credit next time, next to your signature, write down this allows 1 inquiry and take a picture. That way you don't allow them to use and abuse you and give all these inquiries. Step 13. Next thing is, again, a car should be fleet price tax ID division, so we don't have to look at gap insurance, and it doesn't show up on personal reports. It's a corporate write-off completely. And on top of that, because you're a qualified CFO. Remember, the registered owner, as far as I'm concerned, should be a division, just in case one of these nasty attorneys sue. The reality is I want them to get diddly squat. But again, I want to plan the problem. Step 14. As we play the game, every property you ever invest in, I would suggest to be in a division. Separate liability. Your paycheck should be offset by your house payment. Rich and famous people and millionaire and billionaire companies, doesn't matter if it's Amazon, they didn't pay tax because they know how to play the game. So remember, your house payment offsets your personal taxes. Hopefully you break even. Corporations, there's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. Doesn't matter if Mr. Trillionaire here who wants to buy Twitter in his spaceship, you got 3 of them have their own spaceships. Again, you get to play. They're doing exactly what they're allowed to do in the Internal Revenue Service. You can complain or join the club. That's up to you. So 800-536-3216, live with Ray Reynolds. Ray's rules, never bring the pain home again. I got specialty classes every Saturday at 2:30 as well. I usually have 8 classes every Saturday. You get stuck with me. This Saturday it's done on Bradstreet. It's at 2:30 in the afternoon. So as we play, remember, I got to put everybody in a rapid rescore, push the score up, and away. I'm going to give them a program to rebuild their credit for $499, give them a $1,000 card back to double their money back, and in writing a 750 score. And that's how they get the broadcast price through me, and they get $1,000 doubling their money back as bonus cash credit. That's step 15. As we saying is the starter package. Rebuild the credit, rapid score, articles, also tax ID, 90 days of workshops with me, level 1 and setup every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Okay, and $10,000 of credit back to you. Normally $2,000, today it's $999 and 10 times the money back to you, getting bonus cash credit.